The injuries look like those seen in people exposed to poisons like mustard gas.
That's how doctors are describing what they see in the lungs of vapors.
The chemicals can essentially burn your lungs. Find the truth at BehindTheHaze.com.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
I'm Corey. I'm a dairy nutritionist here in the Treasure Valley. I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to do my part to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. As soon as the vaccines were readily available, I was vaccinated. I would encourage people to do the research, listen to the healthcare providers. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, there was hardly any wait. It was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
It's not a secret that finding a new car this year is a little tricky. Between chip shortages and supply problems, there's more reasons than ever to come to our no-problem dealerships when you need a new car or truck. Our acquisitions team works hard to make sure that we have a great selection of vehicles to choose from, and our easy-to-buy, easy-to-do business with sales team is ready to deliver the same great value price that we've had for nearly 20 years. Teton Toyota, where it's always no problem to buy and service your car.
Welcome to Bobcat Stadium here at Madison High School for the 2021 Rocky Mountain Rumble. Lauren Jensen alongside CJ Parkinson to bring you this action between the Morgan Trojans out of Morgan, Utah, taking on the three-time defending state champions in the 3A ranks here in the state of Idaho, the Sugar-Salem Diggers. Thanks for joining us. This is an IdahoSports.com game stream production of East Idaho Game Night presented by Teton Auto Group. Also brought to you in part by your local Toyota dealer, Project Filter, and Valley-Wide Cooperative. Also want to give a huge thanks to our local sponsors, John Adams GMC, Taylor Chevrolet, Tangi's Brazilian Orm Dental, Sunglow of Idaho, Pro Pete, Pocock Trucking, and Upper Valley Orthopedics. A huge thanks to all of them as we have the coin toss down on the field as the captains meet. Well, CJ, this game, for me, a little unknown. You know, we know Morgan comes in 1-1 on the season. They've already got, obviously, 2 games under their belt. We know what we have with Sugar-Salem, a 3-time defending state champion. Yeah, maybe they've lost some guys, but when you can do that kind of stuff 3 years in a row, you probably got a good program coming back.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I'm not exactly sure how many seniors that Sugar-Salem has lost from last year, but it wasn't as many seniors lost from their 2019 state championship team. And you got to think of it this way: So Sugar-Salem obviously has not played a game this season because this is week 1 for teams from the state of Idaho. But for the state of Utah, it's their 3rd game of the season. They played 2 games already, and Morgan in this case, like they were the state champions in the state of Utah in 2019, and they were the state runner-up in 2020. So despite the fact this is going to be a very excellent matchup, and it's going to be a very good game against 2 great teams going on out there.
Sugar-Salem won the toss and deferred to the second half, and Morgan elected to receive the opening kickoff. So the Morgan Trojans in the dark maroon helmets down there.
White jerseys with black trim, and the Sugar-Salem Diggers are wearing the blue jerseys with white pants and white helmets.
Once again, thanks for joining us here on IdahoSports.com. I've got to change our scoreboard. So we had our game before, got everything changed except for our scoreboard.
And we are underway from Bobcat Stadium.
And kickoff goes through the end zone for a touchback. And it'll be the Trojans taking over 1st and 10 at their own 20 to start this ball game. Second game of the 2021 Rocky Mountain Rumble. Our first one, a good one, 20-21 final, as Morgan lines up for their first possession. In the gun is their starting quarterback. Back to pass, knocked down, nearly intercepted. Number 44 for the Diggers nearly picked that off. That's Ryan Harris. And that's a name you'll probably be hearing fairly often throughout this ball game.
Yeah, he contributed very well on defense last year. So this is a valuable return guy on defense for the Diggers.
2nd and 10 after that incompletion. And rolling out to his right, little room to run, and then runs into his own man after a short gain. So 3rd and 6 upcoming for the Morgan Trojans. Big 3rd down here to start this ball game. Sugar trying to get the ball back right off the bat. That starting quarterback for Morgan, that's number 4. That's Nick Despain, junior quarterback. Man in motion is Gavin Turner. Back to pass, looking downfield. Gets it out in the flat, incomplete, intended for Turner. And it'll bring up 4th and 6, and on comes the punt crew for the Trojans.
Man, even if he made that catch, he was still going to be pretty short of that first down marker. And I think part of it is like it was dropped. He might have heard footsteps coming, and normally when you're a wide receiver and you hear footsteps, you start panicking and you think, oh, snap, I'm going to get laid out, I'm going to get owned. And I think that's probably what went through his mind right there. But it was a very good possession defensively for Sugar-Salem at the very beginning of the 2021 season.
Bo Johnson back to do the punting, lefty into the wind. It's a little wobbly, and it's going to take a nice bounce for Morgan out across midfield down to about the 46-yard line, where it will be downed, and the Diggers are going to take over 1st and 10 from there. Head coach Tyler Richens and a slew of assistants, as they have had a lot of success there just north of here in Sugar City. Of course, they incorporate Salem also on the other side of the highway. But a 3A program that over the last 5 to 7 years has just been dominant across multiple sports, men's and women's sports, and other activities. Handoff, Harris plows up the middle for 9 on the first carry. That's number 44, Ryan Harris, the senior linebacker and running back.
And we talk about like how Sugar-Salem's been really successful in not just football, but in a variety of sports. My freshman year, so I went to Sugar-Salem as well, but it all started out in 2006 with the volleyball team. They won 3 straight state championships while I was there from my freshman year to my junior year. And my senior year, I was on the cross-country team as a handoff goes to number 40.
That's Carson Harris. He'll pick up the first down more out inside the 30.
I was actually a part of the very first state championship cross-country team at for Sugar-Salem. And I tell you, I mean, there is nothing more fun than winning the state championship and hanging the banner in the gym and everything that goes with it. I mean, basically the last couple of weeks after that, we kind of felt like we were being treated like celebrities.
Handoff taken, a few yards gained on that play. That's number 5 on the carry for the Diggers, Cooper Porter. And you talk about variety of sports. It's volleyball, it's been cross country, it's been girls basketball, it's been boys basketball, it's been football. They've got cheerleading, debate, across the gamut. It's been just activity after activity that Sugar has had significant success in. And it's just a testament to me of the programs there, the quality of the kids, the quality of the teachers, and the parents. Little rollout, pass completed to Harris for a couple yards. Ryan Harris, that coming from their starting quarterback. That's the quarterback number 5.
Number 7, actually.
Sorry, 7. Daniel Neal, the starting quarterback.
So number 5, Cooper Porter, he is a running back. And going back to what you said about girls basketball, so when I was in high school, it was Sophia Hepworth who was the best player on the team. And I tell you, she was an athlete. She was really fun to watch.
Handoff goes to Carson Harris. He's going to be dropped right at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to bring up 4th down. So a 4th and 3 coming up for the Diggers. So the defense for Morgan's standing up a little bit here, just outside the red zone with 9 minutes left here in the first quarter.
And normally this position of the field last year is when Sugar-Salem would normally go for the field goal because their kicker was Crew Clark, and he was one of the best players on the team. But however, he graduated and is now signed with the Weber State Wildcats in the offseason. So it's some guy who's going to be really, really hard to replace.
And a timeout going to be taken here by head coach Tyler Richens to talk it over here a little bit on this 4th and 3 early in the ball game. Taylor Chevrolet is proud to support Sugar-Salem athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with excellent tire service and a stellar sales team. Just excellent service. Taylor Chevrolet is the home of oil changes for life. That's right. Buy any new or used vehicle and never worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southeast Idaho auto leader with a wide selection of Chevrolet, Buick, and Cadillac models. Come in today and get the vehicle you want with oil changes for life. Stop by their Rexburg location or visit their website at TaylorChev.com.
Diggers coming out of the timeout now.
4th and 3. You'll see if they decide to do anything different. They're lined up. They're going to go for it. Daniel Neal under center. 2 men in the backfield, including Cooper Porter. He'll roll out, looking for an open man. Overthrew him. They'll turn it over on downs. It was intended for Braden Shawcroft. It was over his head, and he probably wouldn't have got it anyways. Had a defender right there.
Oh man, if he would have caught that, I mean, it would have been close. And depending on what the initial spot would be, it would have been very close either way. But I mean, there was some pretty good things that you could see from that drive. I mean, obviously it's the very first game of the season, so there's a little bit of rust there for the Diggers. They're breaking in some new players, having lost their quarterback also, Kyson Garner from last year, as well as Brigham Lee, who was probably the second best receiver on the team behind Crew Clark.
The Trojans will take back over. Handoff goes to number 5. He's going to pick up about 3 yards. That's Alex Fisher. They'll bring up second. They're going to only give him 2, it looks like. Maybe a long 2. No, they're going to give him 3. 2nd and 7 upcoming for the Trojans. Of course, Morgan, Utah, up there in Ogden Canyon, a beautiful, beautiful area.
And I actually knew someone from my mission who was from Morgan. He was a great district leader. Oh, he gets chased down.
A great play, number 79.
Boyd Sorensen.
Sorensen chases him all the way back to the 10-yard line. A big loss on the play. Bring up 3rd and about 21 now with 7:35 left here in the ball game.
And I'll tell you
excuse me, the first quarter. We're just underway.
And I'll tell you what, I'm pretty sure that the Diggers are really, really glad to have Boyd Sorensen back. He got hurt in the state tournament last year against Weiser. He suffered a torn ACL, ended up being out for the rest of the year. And before that, he was really one of the best defensive linemen on the team, and he showed it right there.
Big number 79. Back to pass. Now being chased by Sorensen again, nearly intercepted. That was number 3 coming in there. Butikofer almost picked it off, and that will bring out the punt squad for Morgan. So the defenses for both of these teams coming up big, but it's going to end up in good field position for the Diggers.
Yeah, the Diggers have produced a lot of great defenses the last few years. Coach Benyon, who before coming up here was the defensive coordinator down at Southern Utah University for their football program, and he's also the strength and conditioning coach as well. So, and the Diggers have had some pretty good success under him.
A little shift in the lineup, but this will be punted out of the end zone by the lefty.
Oh, man.
Just not much place for that ball to go as it hits at the 30 and takes about a 2-yard bounce backwards. So a 28 at the 28-yard line. The Diggers will take over 1st and 10. Prime field position. Upper Valley Orthopedics is the Upper Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine clinics. Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are board-certified orthopedic surgeons treating all conditions of the shoulder, elbow, hand and wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and other sports-related injuries. Call for an appointment or request one online at uppervalleyortho.com. Proud to support Sugar Athletics.
Ryan Harris with the handoff right there. Doesn't get much, probably about a yard or 2.
I'll bring up 2nd and 8. Again, the wind whipping out of here, out of the south a little bit. But it's a nice warm wind as out there just a little earlier. A nice warm day here in southeast Idaho. The smoke's kind of blown out a little bit.
Oh, man.
Just a beautiful day for football here in eastern Idaho.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, that smoke was not fun.
Yeah, it's been nasty. Back to pass is Neal. Out in the flat, it's caught, wrapped up immediately, and then driven backwards is Cooper Porter. They'll give him forward progress out to about the 23-yard line, 22, 23-yard line. 3rd down and 4. You talk about the success of Morgan, Utah. Of course, they're 1-1 on the season, but as you mentioned, won it all 2 years ago. Were runners-up last year, so a storied program there as well. Going up against another program that's had a lot of success here in the Sugar-Salem Diggers.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when I was in high school, our football team wasn't very successful. And, we got a pass going.
Overshot the intended receiver, Jonah Schultes. And it'll bring up for another 4th down. We'll see what they opt to do here. They're going to kick. They're going to kick a field goal, I believe. I just saw Neal kind of motion the sweeping kick. And on to do the kicking is number 33, Ricardo Contreras. Holding will be Cooper Porter.
And I remember a few years ago when Sugar-Salem actually got a kicker, it was most of the kickers were from the soccer team as well.
Contreras, good-looking kick. Did he get it through the uprights? He did. Nailed it.
Right down the middle.
So a nice kick by Contreras. It looks like Crew Clark picked out his successor as Contreras come on and hit a nice field goal there from about 35 yards, put it through, and we got the first points on the board with 5:25 left here in the opening quarter. Tonjes, Brzee, and Orm dental offices makes visits enjoyable and positive with 2 convenient locations in St. Anthony and Ashton. Budget-friendly payment plans and family dentistry offered at such a great value. The offices of Tonjes, Brzee, and Orm really is such a wonderful place to make your entire family's dental home. Tonjes, Brzee, and Orm, caring family dentists, wishing the boys good luck in today's game. You can visit them at tbodental.com. Once again, a huge thanks to all of our sponsors as we continue to hear from them. And Sugar-Salem, our sponsors coming from that area, we always have great support, and their kids and their community has great support from the businesses and the patrons of those businesses in that area. It's out there, that's Contreras again kicking off for the Diggers after the field goal.
And plus also, I mean, so that kicker was kicking the ball with the wind. The wind is traveling
good point.
From the southwest part, from the southwest, and another good kickoff, and well out of the end zone.
He almost got it outside of this inner fence, which is about 10 yards behind the end zone as it hit the bottom of the fence.
It's just a shame that they didn't go through the uprights. But unfortunately, even if you, on a kickoff, you get it through the uprights, it doesn't count, unfortunately. Although I think there probably should be a rule change regarding that.
You get at least 1 point for it, since you don't have anybody running at you.
Well, in Canada, in this case, it would count as 1 point.
True.
If it goes out of the back of the end zone or stays in the end zone, you get a single point. So you still get rewarded nonetheless. And nothing doing for Morgan on that running play.
Yeah, the ball carrier there, number 5, Alex Fisher, like I said, got stuck right at the line of scrimmage, and actually looks like he lost about a yard on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 11. And I think running up the middle against this defensive line is going to be tough for Morgan. Just a stout defensive line in there at nose guard, number 55 for the Diggers. That's Jarek Rammel. You got number 79. We've already mentioned him, Boyd Sorensen, here on the left side.
And a couple of years ago, they had Kenneth Copley, who was a pretty tough defender to go up against.
A good gain on that play, that time from number 30, the ball carrier. That is Will Korth. He picks up about 6 on the play to make it 3rd and 5 from the 25. Morgan gave up good field position, held the Diggers to a field goal. But they're in jeopardy here of giving them another good spot if they can't get something on this 3rd and 5. 4:21 left in the opening quarter.
Man in motion.
Handoff on the inside. Good lead blocker. Good tackle from behind. He had more room to run. He's going to be just shy of the first down. That was number 54 for the Diggers. Made the tackle, Riken Clay. And otherwise, he had more room to run, did Korth. He had a lead blocker out in front of him and a lot of green turf.
And it's a big decision here for Morgan.
If they go for it, I like the decision. 4th and 1, you've had good running plays your last couple of carries. They'll put Korth in the backfield next to Despain.
And it's a quarterback sneak, and it looks like he got it.
Yeah, they got a good push up front. Big number 59 on that offensive line, Cole Keel, as well as number 66, Tyler Buckway. 55 up there as well, Cooper McGivern. You always like to give the offensive line some love, as those guys don't get near the credit most of the time that they deserve.
Well, most of the time when they don't get near the credit is because they get called for stupid penalties on great plays that have happened.
That's a good point.
I mean, we saw that a lot in the last game. There was a lot of great plays that happened that got called back because of holding.
Handoff inside goes to Alex Fisher. He can't get to the corner. 2 Diggers there to pull him down. Number 3, and now that is Harris who stays on the turf. That's not a good sign. It looks like he's holding his left hand, but in on the tackle was Harris, as well as Cooper Butekofer.
He's in a lot of pain. he looks like he's in a lot of pain. And it's very, very unfortunate that something like this had to happen, like the first game of the season. It happened last year with in Sugar's first game of the season. 4 plays in, Crew Clark broke his collarbone, was out for a good portion of the year, and it looks like it could be a wrist problem the way he's holding that.
Well, we're going to take a step away while they attend to him. We'll come back. This is the 2021 Rocky Mountain Rumble here on IdahoSports.com. Don't go anywhere.
You know, I suspect you're looking for an excuse to take a little drive. Hey, it happens to the best of us. It's time to drive to Soda Springs, Idaho. That's through Lava, over Fish Creek Summit, past the reservoir, and into John Adams Ford. With small town prices, the friendliest sales staff, and the best service department anywhere. And don't forget that warranty forever on every new and used vehicle we sell. Come and see us at John Adams Ford, where we're keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
Well, we're back, and on the run is the quarterback. That's Despain. He gets free, picks up the first down out across midfield as during that timeout, number 44 for the Diggers, Harris. That is Ryan Harris was helped off there attending to him. It looks like something to do with his left arm / wrist down there as they take a look. Madison Memorial Sports Medicine Group.
Oh, there was a flag on the play.
Oh, sure enough. We've gotten used to seeing that back in the backfield. That may negate a great run by Despain.
Now that's a killer. That's a killer. Anytime when you get a great play like that and it gets negated by a penalty, it's just really demoralizing for the team that it goes against because it kills a lot of momentum and it gives momentum to the other team.
And a very unusual penalty as well, a personal foul. Personal foul face mask against the offense. So
yeah, that's one penalty that you don't normally see very often.
Yeah, that's very unusual, but it must have been pretty blatant for officials to call it there. And like I say, that not only negates a great play, that really changes field position. You go from being at the 50 all the way back to your own 15-yard line, so a 35-yard penalty essentially. Despain back in the gun on this second and forever. Steps up, now he's in trouble. Just gets sandwiched. Nowhere to go. 3 Diggers in there on the tackle. Right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd now and 27.
And you look down on the bench right there. You see a lot of players that are surrounding Ryan Harris rather. Pardon me. So when you see players surrounding the injury table like that, you know it's not good news.
Well, and I almost wondered too. They're just kind of trying to provide a little block for him.
And also it's to give him a little bit of privacy, gives the room for the trainer to work with.
Despain steps up, hits his intended receiver at the original line of scrimmage, which is number 11, Gavin Turner. So it'll bring up 4th and about 9, it looks like, and they're going to punt away. They've got the punt crew coming on. Yeah, they've got Harris. They've got his helmet off, working on that arm. And we more than likely, I would suspect, we will not see Ryan Harris again in this ball game.
And you just got to hope that it's a minor injury and not a really serious one.
Lefty gets the kick off, low kick, takes a decent bounce out inside the 40, down as trying to will that ball to go a little further was Tanner Stanley for the Trojans.
Yeah, sorry, pal, that's not going to work that much in your favor. Maybe in the wind's favor, but in your favor, probably not.
But a decent punt got away. That'll still good field position for the Diggers as they're at the 39-yard line here with 56 seconds left in the first quarter. A 3-0 lead right now for the Diggers.
Coming out in the shotgun formation.
as Neal gets some extra instructions from the sideline. 3 wideouts to the far side. Handoff to the inside goes to Carson Harris. He gets stood up, maybe lost a yard.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, maybe lost some yards right there.
Sugar-Salem Diggers, as I mentioned, just about a 5, maybe 10-minute drive north of here.
Yeah, and Ryan Harris is walking off the field, and it looks like that his arm is in one of those air casts.
Yep, he's got a cast on that left arm. He's done for the afternoon. Down the field, just overshot the intended receiver, Jonah Schultes. I think I'm saying that right. Wrong. Schultes.
Schultes.
Yeah, not Schultes, Schultes. And they had him open. It was a good route run, just overshot him. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Diggers. Remember to stay tuned to IdahoSports.com. I mean, we got games here all night, but there are plenty of games going on around the state tonight as well. So take a look at the game stream schedule. Pick out your favorite 1 or 2 or 3 and watch them all. Back to pass. Neal dumps it off across the middle. Short gain, good coverage by the Trojans. Pass was complete to number 12, Caden Summers, but he was dropped almost immediately, 4th down. And now a timeout taken by the Diggers. 4th and 8 upcoming. Sunglow of Idaho is located right in Sugar City on the fertile Snake River Plain. Sunglow is one of the largest Idaho potato shippers and is a leader in the potato industry, known for their consistent quality. It's easy to offer the best when the world-famous Idaho russet potato is grown right there in your own backyard. They aren't bragging when they say Sunglow is potato country. Find out more by going to sunglowIdaho.com. Sunglow is proud to support the Sugar-Salem boys. Go Diggers. And ProPete Fertilizer is an enviro-friendly product that reduces leaching. ProPete can help replace organic matter back into the soil. ProPete-bound nutrients release when plants need them. Carbon 90 Plus binds nutrients to the natural carbon of peat moss, encouraging steady plant growth for healthier turf with less mowing and thatch. ProPete wants to wish the boys good luck in today's game. And they'll punt away here on 4th and 8, and that ball goes straight up in the air. Well, not quite straight up in the air. Takes a bounce, and I'm not sure, did it hit a Digger?
Oh.
And now picked up. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking right there.
But he got tackled nonetheless, and that'll be the end of the quarter. On the return, that was number 42, Riker Adams.
Now, that's just one of those instances where you wonder why even make that decision. I mean, coaches got to teach their players the risks of picking up a ball on while it's bouncing, because with the football, you never really can predict which way it's going to bounce because of the shape of the ball.
Yeah, and that was a dangerous one with a lot of Diggers around him. As we end the first quarter, Sugar-Salem on top 3-0 over the Morgan Trojans. We're going to step away for a little quarter break. We'll be back here in just about 30 seconds. This is the 2021 Rocky Mountain Rumble. Don't go anywhere.
Don't you just love it when you realize that you've got the very best? Like being here in Idaho, it's the best. Just like John Adams GMC, recently awarded Business of the Year here in Rexburg. That's because we want the best just like you do. The best service, best selection, best prices, and of course, the best warranty with our famous John Adams Warranty Forever. Come and enjoy the best at John Adams GMC in Rexburg, where we're founded on values and committed to excellence.
Well, welcome back. After we flipped ends of the field after the punt and short return by the Diggers, it's the start of the second quarter here. The Diggers on top 3-0. Just a field goal in this ball game thus far. A little shifty running, but is not going to get much. He is the ball carrier, number 3. That is, or 30, excuse me, Korth. Will Korth, senior running back. Porter on the tackle for the Diggers. 2nd and a long 8. Despain's had the best play of the game for the Trojans, but it got called back on a penalty. This time,
another handoff.
Yeah, I'll hand off that time to Alex Fisher, the other featured running back, and Fisher doesn't get much more, picks up a yard, maybe 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, it's really hard to run up to run against the Sugar-Salem defense. I mean, it's like trying to run against Alabama's defense or the Steel Curtain from back in the 70s.
Yeah, they've done a good job. Both these defenses really have done a great job here. Just Morgan just giving up that lone field goal on a short field. Despain rolling to his right, back to pass. Has a man open, caught for a first down. Out to the 48-yard line. That time it's Gavin Turner, the junior wide receiver. A nice route run by him.
It was a great route run, and also, I mean, he did a really great job of faking out the defender and getting separation from the ball. And that's what they teach all these wide receivers to do. I mean, you try to your best to do everything you can to get open, and we got a flag on the field.
Yeah, Sugar made a substitution, and they didn't get their man off the field, so they're going to have an illegal substitution, 12 men on the field. So that'll give a free few yards to the Morgan Trojans. 10:39 left here in the second quarter. The result of the play was about a 6-yard gain. So I think they'll probably just take the result of the play and actually decline the penalty is my assumption.
Yeah, normally when you get a play that is longer than what the penalty would be.
Oh, my mistake. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Oh, so it was a pre-snap penalty apparently.
Yes. Well, it happens at the snap, but that's interesting.
Yeah, it's one of the most interesting things I've seen.
I think the official actually said it was declined, but I don't think that's correct. They actually did enforce it. So first down picked up on that run, though, for Morgan out across the 40 to the 39, and they got a little bit of a drive going here with 10:24 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to find their rhythm a little bit, and they're guaranteed. I mean, it's normally common for that to happen, and wow, that was a great play by number 54, Ryken Clay.
Yeah, into the backfield for a tackle for loss. The ball carrier there again, that was Korth, and he didn't have any chance as Clay wrapped him up around the legs and took him down. Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13 now. As the Trojans come back to the line of scrimmage.
And another thing that you got to keep in mind of is that, like I said, this is Sugar's first game of the season, and this is Morgan's 3rd game of the season. So you got to think that they've had a little bit more time to, and there's a pass downfield, and oh my goodness, what a catch.
And again, who is it? Number 11, Gavin Turner, makes another great play with a defender all over him and hangs on to the football. First down inside the red zone at the 18-yard line for the Morgan Trojans. I mean, I don't know how you do better coverage other than get over the top of that receiver to knock that down. It was great catch by Turner. Handoff goes to Fisher, nowhere to go. He might lose a half yard on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Ken Summers in there on the tackle.
Yeah, so what I was saying before that really nice catch by number 11 for Morgan is that you got to think that Sugar might be a little bit tired, a little winded, having not done a whole lot of conditioning, or, well, I mean, game conditioning, that is. So it will still take some time for them to get acclimated, and that pass was nearly intercepted.
Yeah, it almost caught by Turner, then it bounced off of him and almost intercepted, like you said, right there. I believe that was number 54 right there, Ryken Clay. So it'll be 3rd and 11 now from the 19 for the Morgan Trojans. Trailing here 3-0. 8:29 left in the second quarter here in the second game of the Rocky Mountain Rumble here at Madison High School, Bobcat Stadium. Nice throw.
And looks like he's short of the first down, though.
Just short, a yard short. So it's going to be 4th and 1 at the 9. With a nice throw and catch there. And are we going to have a field goal attempt? Maybe. We've got to at least 3 or 4 guys change spots there for the Morgan Trojans. Let's see what they line up to do. 4th and 1. They're going to go for it. Or at least try to draw somebody off sides.
Yeah, that's normally the type of strategy that you would do in this situation, but with it being so early in the game, I wouldn't be surprised, and they are going for it, and they've got it easily.
Yeah, just a straight keep with a big push from the offensive line, as well as a little help from behind from the running back in the back of Despain, and they pick up the first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. The Trojans threatening here to take the lead with 8 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I remember back in the day when helping your opponents advance down the field was frowned upon by officials.
Yeah, it used to be against the rules.
And nothing doing on that play.
Yeah, nowhere to go for Will Korth. Probably lost a little yardage, actually, back to the 9. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 9. Under 8 minutes to go here. These are the spots where, again, both these defenses, tough to run against both of them. And right now it's 2nd and goal actually from the 10, so they actually lost 4 yards on that carry.
Yeah, their best bet right here is to try their best to try to punch it in through the air.
I agree, as they will roll out. But now being chased is Despain. He's got to get rid of it and just throws it away, really. Nowhere to go. There was coverage, good coverage in that back corner. I think they were trying to get Korth on the run out, or excuse me, that's Turner on the run out to that left side of the end zone and couldn't get him. So now it's 3rd and goal from the 10.
And this is a big down for Sugar-Salem right here. This is one of those bend but don't break philosophies that a coach should always mention to their defense. I mean, sure, Morgan has had a pretty good drive. They got things going through the air as well as a little bit on the ground. Not much, but a little bit. But this is one of those moments where the Digger defense has got to step up and get a stop right here, try to hold them to a field goal.
Well, they'll spread it out a little bit here, Will. The Trojans. In the backfield there is Korth with Despain. Now he flares out, and that ball a little too out in front of Korth, and threw it pretty hard for how close Korth was. That'll drop incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down, and now they'll bring on the field goal unit.
Yeah, that last play, I mean, it took a little bit of a while to develop, but the fact is the reason why that ball was thrown so hard was because a defender from Sugar-Salem was right up in his grill at that point, so we had no choice but to try and get rid of it that quick.
Yeah, Despain was under pressure.
And had he had a little bit more time, he would have gotten that ball out, and that probably could have been a touchdown.
So the field goal's up by the lefty. Did he get it in there? Yes, he did. That's number 85, the kicker for the Trojans. Bo Johnson, the sophomore, knocks it in to tie this thing up. 3-3 here, 7:06 left in the second quarter. We were talking about Pro Pete fertilizer. Pro Pete's a great product for turf and ornamental applications. The uses range from lawns and gardens to shrubs and trees. Peat-bound nutrients release when plants need them most, and Carbon 90 Plus binds nutrients to the natural carbon of peat moss, encouraging steady plant growth for healthier turf with less mowing and thatch. Huge thanks to Pro Pete. They want to wish the Sugar-Salem boys good luck in today's game. Pocock Trucking is based in Sugar City, Idaho, but sends trucks all over the western United States and Canada. Pocock Trucking is full service, and by that they do everything. They haul bulk commodities like feed, fertilizer, grain, and potatoes. They offer minor shop repairs and have a full-service lube bay. They grow potatoes, dairy quality alfalfa, and more. They can even sell you a used truck if you need one. Pocock Trucking's main office is in Sugar City, and their truck shop is located in St. Anthony. To find out more, go to pococktrucking.com. Pocock proudly supports Sugar-Salem athletics and wants to wish them good luck in today's game.
And a touchback for Sugar-Salem. The ball will come out to the 20-yard line for the Diggers.
So Bo Johnson shows he can put it into the end zone as well. And as you mentioned, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Diggers. Couple field goals is what we've had. They've both been on the same end of the field and both about the same distance, actually. Contreras knocked one in, and then Johnson matched him. And the Diggers looking to add on to that as they head into the wind now. Handoff. A little bit of running room there. Number 40 on the carry.
Gained about 5 yards on the play.
Carson Harris, just a sophomore for the Diggers. A good contingency here for the Sugar-Salem fans. As a lot of students here on a Friday late afternoon. A lot of parents. Of course, it's awfully close, so not far to drive.
And it's pretty good turnout from the Morgan fans, too. I mean, it's not that far of a drive from here down to Morgan. And Wyatt Harris it looks like he looked like he was going to get tackled down, but he just keeps fighting, and he gets out of bounds and has the first down.
Good running from Wyatt Harris. Yeah, like you said, it looked like he was stopped 2 or 3 times, just kept juking. And a little bit of stiff arm. Harris, not a big runner, but shifty. And he picks up the first down.
And the Sugar-Salem have their own way of announcing a first down. The fan actually started this up at the South Fremont game last year when Lance wasn't PA'ing for that game because it was up at South Fremont. And it was a handoff up the middle. I didn't quite see who got the ball.
Yeah, I didn't see who the carrier was, but like I said, he got about a half yard. It's 2nd and 9 at the 30, just shy of the 32-yard line. All tied up here. Field goal apiece, just under 6 minutes remaining here in the first half.
And I'll tell you what, this second quarter has gone by faster than the second quarter from the previous game.
Yeah, a lot of penalties in that first game, and this one has been pretty penalty-free, actually.
Well,
Handoff up the middle to Harris, Wyatt Harris.
Well, aside from a couple of the substitution penalty on the Diggers, and but other than that, it's been relatively penalty-free, relatively clean.
Yeah, well, in comparison to the last first half, it's been wonderful.
Yeah.
Wyatt Harris picks up 2 or 3 yards out to the 35, so it's going to be 3rd down and 6, a big 3rd down here. Facing the Diggers, Morgan trying to get a stop here. They've been pretty good against the run. We'll see what the Diggers do here. Pretty tight formation. Roll to his right, will kneel.
Oh.
Pitch goes to Harris, nowhere to go. Excuse me, that is number 40. It was Harris, but it's Carson Harris. But they'll lose 3 yards, 4th and 9. Good pursuit by the defense to get downfield into the backfield and make that tackle.
And part of what caused that to the defense to catch up to that play is that it wasn't fielded cleanly enough by Harris. If he probably could have gotten a little more further downfield had he fielded that cleanly, but unfortunately he didn't, and the play results as it is a loss of a few yards on the play.
Late man onto the field for the Diggers as they tried to get their personnel right. Punt away, a better punt, spiral into the wind though, dies again, takes a bounce that kind of goes sideways.
Again, the Morgan return man ran towards it as if he was going to field it, but
stay away.
But thought better of it, thank goodness.
So the Trojans will take over in good field position. The defense comes up big. 4 minutes, 4 seconds left here in the first half. They'll take over at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, plenty of time for them to put it together a drive and get down and score. Our last game, The Utah team,
Beaver.
they won 21-20 in a great ball game.
And
Down the field and overthrows the intended receiver as number 12, Tanner Stanley.
And apologies for the camera errors, guys. I mean, for our audience out there, it's so I'm also color commentating and I'm running the camera at the same time, and multitasking is not as easy as some people make it.
Well, I think you're doing all right. Second and 10.
Trying to, at least. Because it's always just so tempting when you're at a football game to look down on the field to see what's going on, but then you realize, oh, snap, I'm running the camera.
Yeah, that's the hard part about running the camera. You almost end up missing the game. Second and 10.
In a way, you're there at the game, but at the same time, you're not really.
Handoff up the middle. That goes to Korth. Korth picks up about 5, maybe 6 yards. No, just 5, we'll say. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 from the 46-yard line.
Once again, this is a big possession right here for the Diggers. This is a big 3rd down. If they want to prevent Morgan from scoring, and they want to stay well rested and keep their energy for later in the game, they got to get a stop right here.
Tight formation, back in the gun. They swing it out. It's completed. Man, it was awfully close. We'll see. It just depends on where they spot it. I think they're going to spot him short.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to spot him right at the 40. Yeah, just a yard short.
Yeah,
a long yard.
They're just across the midfield line, the ball is, and they've got to get across the 49 for a first down. So
and you had to think that if Morgan is going to go for it, that they're going to run that QB sneak again. It's worked for them a couple of times earlier in this game, and you got to think that the Digger defense is going to expect that, but that doesn't look like that's the case. It is.
Yeah, he goes up late and he gets the first down, no problem. He's out across it, maybe picked up 2 on the play. So a first down again. Yeah, you're right. It looked like Despain was going to line up in the shotgun, and then he snuck up behind center and ran the QB sneak. 1st and 10 at the 48 for the Trojans. Clock running, 2/3, or it's supposed to be running anyways.
Once they set the chains in high school, they will start the clock, and it looks like the clock is starting right now. It's starting to run.
Well, the officials, if you see them down there, that arm circling, that means run the clock, and it took a little bit.
And no, it does not mean that they're warming up their shoulders for a upper body workout.
Man in motion is Jackson Whiting. Back to pass, going down the field, and that ball broken up at the last minute. The ball was intended for Robbie Cameron and broken up nicely at the last minute by number 4 for the Diggers. That is Trevin Holman. Second and 10 now for the Trojans. 2:14 on the clock in a very low-scoring ball game. Just a field goal apiece as the defenses have come to play.
And the running back got started a little bit too early, and a couple of other players as well for Morgan. So it's going to be a false start.
So five-yard penalty.
It's very considerate that the referee doesn't mention the numbers to embarrass the kids.
Yeah, they typically don't do that in high school. There are occasions, but not usually.
I mean, in college, the referees have every right to embarrass players with false start penalties for the entire line, false starts. But I actually remember years ago, it was a Florida State game where the offensive line, where one of the, after the ball was snapped, this guy, the right tackle, just didn't even move.
Again, a pass across the middle, caught. Still on his feet is the receiver, number 9. That's Tate Nelson. He's not going to get to the first down, but he's going to be awfully close. 1 yard short.
He's going to be 1 yard short.
So 3rd and 1. A good spot here for the Trojans. They're running out of time a little bit, though, here as we have 1:49 left on the game clock here in the first half. Handoff. First down and more for the running back, Alex Fisher. 1st and 10. Clock will stop momentarily And now a timeout, so it'll stop.
And it's a timeout that I believe has been taken by Morgan.
Yes, it is.
Nope, it's taken by Sugar.
Oh, there you go. First charge timeout for Morgan. He started pointing towards Sugar and then changed directions.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least he was facing towards the west side instead of one official. I can't remember how long ago it was, but when he made a call of a penalty, he was facing the wrong way.
Yeah, people get angry when you point the wrong direction as officials.
No, I mean, he was facing, normally an official faces towards the area of the press box.
Oh, I see.
But he was facing the opposite way of the press box.
Well, if you want to join us here on IdahoSports.com, part of our team, we're always on the lookout for talented people that want to get involved in what we do. Salespeople, producers, camera operators, writers, photographers, even broadcasters. Just email editor at IdahoSports.com. In fact, we've got one of our great photographers, in fact, probably the best photographer in the state of Idaho, Steve Connors, down there on the sideline.
And pressure.
Wow, did he complete that? No,
he
trapped it.
He did not.
The official right on top of that call, trapped it. A good effort, though, by the intended receiver, number 1, Levi Millward. So it'll be second and 10 upcoming. As Despain just left that a little short. Good coverage over there as well for the Diggers. Ball will be brought all the way back to the left hash. Back to pass to Spain. Steps up, looking to run, and runs out of room. Gets sacked back at the 42-yard line. Number 5, Cooper Porter.
Yep.
And a big loss. That'll put it back to 3rd and about 16 with 1:05 and counting.
And that's a killer right there. Because normally at that point, if you don't get the first down right there, I mean, that's probably just one throw that I would have thrown away.
Despain sets up the screenplay, but it doesn't work and falls incomplete. Millward, the intended receiver, and it falls harmlessly to the turf. That'll force a punt, I believe, from Morgan, unless they just got a
kicker with a heck of a leg.
Which, they do have him coming out onto the field. They may. It's Bo Johnson, number 85. They got the wind behind him. Let's see if he's got the leg behind him. No, he's going to punt.
It's going to be a punter.
I thought he was going to come on and kick a field goal. I wanted to see it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it would have been
almost 50-yarder.
I mean, if it was in the NFL, yeah, you would see plays like that. I mean, you would see kickers like Will Lutz or Adam Vinatieri.
And as it is, it's a nice punt.
And
it's going to
no
hit.
Chance for a return right there. It's going to be down inside the 5-yard line, close to the 1-yard line. So Diggers are in the shadow of their own goalpost.
Yeah, that's where they initially downed it. I think they're going to bring it out to the 9. He touched it out there about the 9-yard line. So they'll have a little bit more room.
Yeah,
with 38 seconds left here.
Yeah, a little bit, but they've still got quite a ways to go. So
yeah, I think if you're the Diggers, you keep things on the ground here, try to pick up some yards and let that clock go. And if you happen to break something free, all the better.
Yeah, you just play it out and you just give what the defense takes you. That's the main objective of what a quarterback is normally taught by their head coach. Or by their offensive coordinators.
So Neal will be under center here. They're going to hand it off.
And looks like it's going to be, he might have lost a couple of yards.
Yeah, and that's Harris, number 40 on the carry, Carson Harris. But unless somebody wants to call a timeout, we're not going to get a ton of plays unless the Diggers really want to snap this football.
Yeah, I think they're just going to let the clock run down as far as they can, and I think they're just going to take a 3-3 tie into the locker room. Looks like that's what they're doing. They're walking up. Both teams are walking off the field, and they're going to go to their respective locker rooms. And we have reached halftime.
So a well-played first half. It's 3-3 here as they head to the locker rooms. We're going to step away for a little halftime break. We'll be back here on IdahoSports.com for the second half for you. That's the 2021 Rocky Mountain Rumble here at Madison High School, Bobcat Stadium. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the second half.
Planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
Lead the charge into a brighter future with the all-new 2022 Volkswagen ID4. With an EPA estimated range of 250 miles, the ID4 knows how to go the distance. It's an electric SUV that's as fun to drive as it is stylish and functional. You don't have to sacrifice good looks for great performance. So stop by our dealership today and jumpstart your year with the Volkswagen ID4. Teton Volkswagen, where it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicle.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
We're Valleywide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Scott here from Teton Honda in Pocatello. Our dealership operates on a no-problem philosophy that's designed to put you in charge of your next vehicle purchase. Prefer to shop online? No problem. Evenings or weekends? No problem. Need a wide range of financing and leasing options? No problem. So whether it's one of our beautiful new Hondas or just a vehicle that's new to you, at Teton Honda, we'll help you find the perfect vehicle for your needs. Experience car buying like never before at Pocatello's only No Problem dealership.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Welcome back. It's halftime here at Bobcat Stadium here, Madison High School in eastern Idaho. The 2021 Rocky Mountain Rumble. Lauren Jensen and CJ Parkinson on the call here for you. A good first half between these two squads. A 3-3 tie here. You know, just 2 field goals scoring. The defenses have really been big. Anything else that you saw that really stood out to you, CJ?
Well, I mean, so basically, yeah, it was a pretty good start offensively for Sugar-Salem. They got down into the red zone area, but unfortunately things didn't go their way on a 4th down play, and then it was basically a little bit of that 4th down play, that 4th down stop right there for Morgan kind of gave their defense the little bit of a momentum that they needed to keep this game low scoring at halftime and to stay in this game.
Yeah, it's been a defensive battle. Of course, we have the injury. Ryan Harris, number 44 for the Diggers, went off early in that second quarter with an injury, and so that's proved, you know, he's a big part of both the offense and the defense, so that might be a big loss. Hopefully it's a short-term injury that he can come back from quickly. But, you know, the Morgan Trojans come in 1-1 record. They show they're a pretty good team. The Diggers, a 3-time back-to-back-to-backs defending champs for the 3A football championship here in the state of Idaho, and right now Morgan hanging around right with them, and vice versa, Sugar hanging around with Morgan, as this has turned into a fantastic ball game. We want to remind everybody about our great major sponsors. Teton Auto Group, they are a presenting sponsor for East Idaho Game Night. And this is also brought to you in part by your local Toyota dealer, Project Filter and Valley-Wide Cooperative. Huge thanks to them and to our local sponsors, John Adams GMC, located there in Rigby, Taylor Chevrolet. There's John Adams GMC here in Rexburg, actually. Taylor Chevrolet, Tonjas, Brazee, and Orm Dental, Sunglow of Idaho, Pro Pete Fertilizer, Pocock Trucking, and Upper Valley Orthopedics. Huge thanks to all of them. We got about 8 minutes left before halftime is over, and the teams are back out on here to take the second half kickoff. I believe it's going to be Sugar-Salem receiving here to start the second half. We're going to step away. We'll come back. Stick around for the second half action here on IdahoSports.com. Don't go anywhere.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
Lead the charge into a brighter future with the all-new 2022 Volkswagen ID4. With an EPA estimated range of 250 miles, the ID4 knows how to go the distance. It's an electric SUV that's as fun to drive as it is stylish and functional. You don't have to sacrifice good looks for great performance. So stop by our dealership today and jumpstart your year with the Volkswagen ID4. Teton Volkswagen, where it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicle.
At Valley-Wide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valley-Wide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
We're Valley-wide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Scott here from Teton Honda in Pocatello. Our dealership operates on a no-problem philosophy that's designed to put you in charge of your next vehicle purchase. Prefer to shop online? No problem. Evenings or weekends? No problem. Need a wide range of financing and leasing options? No problem. So whether it's one of our beautiful new Hondas or just a vehicle that's new to you, at Teton Honda, we'll help you find the perfect vehicle for your needs. Experience car buying like never before at Pocatello's only No Problem dealership.
Don't you just love it when you realize that you've got the very best? Like being here in Idaho, it's the best. Just like John Adams GMC, recently awarded Business of the Year here in Rexburg. That's because we want the best just like you do. The best service, best selection, best prices, and of course, the best warranty with our famous John Adams Warranty Forever. Come and enjoy the best at John Adams GMC in Rexburg, where we're founded on values and committed to excellence.
Well, welcome back to Madison High School Bobcat Stadium, the 2021 Rocky Mountain Rumble. The Diggers are back on the field. About 2 minutes left here at halftime as they're all tied up with the Morgan Trojans. 3-3, just a couple of field goals, as it's been a defensive struggle for both of these squads. I want to thank a couple of our sponsors. Of course, John Adams GMC here in Rexburg. Just saw a commercial for them. Huge thanks to John Adams GMC and all of their support over the years. Also want to thank Upper Valley Orthopedics. The Upper Valley Orthopedics is the Upper Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine clinic. Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are board-certified orthopedic surgeons treating all conditions of the shoulder, elbow, hand and wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and other sports-related injuries. Please call for an appointment at 208-356-9550 or request one online at uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics in Rexburg is a proud supporter of Sugar-Salem Athletics. Huge thanks to Upper Valley Orthopedics, another longtime sponsor on IdahoSports.com. And Taylor Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of Sugar-Salem Athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with excellent service and a stellar sales team. Taylor Chevrolet is the home of oil changes for life. That's right, buy any new or used vehicle and never worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southeast Idaho auto leader with a wide selection of Chevrolet, Buick, and Cadillac models. Come in today and get the vehicle you want with oil changes for life. Stop by their Rexburg location or visit their website at TaylorChev.com. Again, huge thanks to all of our sponsors and our major sponsors. Can't do anything without them. The sponsor of East Idaho Game Night, Teton Auto Group, also brought to you in part by your local Toyota dealer, Project Filter, and Valley-Wide Cooperative. Quitting smoking, chewing, or vaping is tough, but so are you. If you're ready to quit, there is help. Visit projectfilter.org. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW today. And remember to stay tuned. It's only halftime, but stay tuned tonight for the post-game show where we will name our IdahoSports.com player of the game. And right now, we got to be giving it to one of the kickers, if things hold true at this point. But join Idaho Sports Nation on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the YouTube. Get updates, breaking news, pictures, and more. Click the icons in the top left to follow us now. And while you're there, check out our regional podcasts. The Prepcasts, our resident experts talk about what's going on in the part of the state where you live. Be sure to catch the new regional Prepcasts each week on IdahoSports.com, or you can download the new episodes wherever you get your podcasts. You can also watch each episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel. And our army of Idaho sports action photographers are covering games from one end of the state to the other each week, including Mr. Connors, who is here at these ball games here in the Rocky Mountain Rumble. We've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order snapshots of all the memorable moments this season. Click the action photos, link to purchase prints or digital downloads today. And if you want to be as cool as one of our major sponsors or our other local sponsors, and you want to advertise your business on IdahoSports.com, just contact sales at IdahoSports.com for more information. Come join the cool kids. Well, here we go. As Morgan gets ready to kick off into the wind. A nice low kick, and that's the best kick we've seen into the wind. Taken at the 5 on the return by number 11, Jonah Schulteis. He gets down out across the 30. 1st and 10 for the Diggers as we're just underway here in the third quarter.
Now this is a moment of time like coming out of the locker room. This is where the coach tells the offense that we're fine where we're at. Just go out there and play. Keep your composure. And just go out there and just try your best to play against a pretty good defense in Morgan.
Yeah, and that's, I feel like both teams, we haven't had any turnovers. Both teams have played within themselves. It's just been a defensive battle, and whoever gets a big play, that's always, in these types of games, a big play really makes a difference. Screen set up, could have been intercepted. Should have been intercepted. Knocked down by big number 54, Jackson Larson. Man, I bet Larson, when he sees that on film, he's like, oh no, why didn't I just catch that and run it back for a touchdown?
Yeah, he's probably going to be hiding himself in the film room or in the film session.
It's one of those things. I'm sure those guys, they're told to knock passes down, right? Especially those big defensive linemen. That's you're taught, get your hands up, knock it down. And that one he could have picked it off and ran it back for a touchdown.
Yeah, but the most embarrassing thing about this is that normally the coach would say, that's why you're, oh my goodness.
And that one should have been caught as well.
Right in the bread basket. And Wyatt Harris, he's had there's been some problems with him and his ball security last year. He's a great player, but ball security has been one of his weaknesses last year.
That one just popped out, fell harmless to the turf. It's 3rd and 10 now, with 11:45 left to go here in the third quarter. Just underway in the second half of this second game of the Rocky Mountain Rumble.
And also to point out, Wyatt is the shortest player on the team out there, shortest player on the field.
Hit as he throws it is Neal, but he gets it away. It's complete. It's going to be short of the first down, about 2, maybe 3 yards short, so it's going to be 4th down.
Oh, he caught it. I thought he might have dropped it.
Yeah, it was a good catch out there by Schulteis, but it is 4th and 3, and it's one of those positions. It looks like they're going to punt it away. Back there, possibly to do the punting, is Cooper Porter. So good opening defensive stand by the Trojans.
And let's see how the Digger defense will do.
Porter rolls a little bit and kicks it up into the air high and across the field. Takes a nice bounce. And between the legs of the coverage man, number 21, Luke Aldrich, and it'll be down at the 27-yard line.
And going back to that first play of the drive, or the first play of the second half where the defender could have picked it off, but he didn't. That's normally where the coach normally tells them, yeah, there's a reason why you're on defense.
He knocked it down. He did his job, but you're right. He had an opportunity to turn that defense into offense, and that would have been a big play. As now the Trojans get the ball back, though, after a good defensive stand. 27-yard line. Despain, handoff, room to run for Korth, and he picks up about 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5. Will Korth has done a lot of the running. Dylan Stoddard in on the tackle for the Diggers.
If you look at the offensive line for Morgan, it looks like they're slightly bigger than Sugar-Salem, so the defensive line could get a little worn down after that, and there's a big hole for the running back up here.
Yeah, Korth with a big run out near midfield, finally brought down out there by number 42 for the Diggers. That's Zach Dougherty. And a big first down pickup, and on cue, you mentioned the size differential there, and on cue, Korth pops off a big run for a first down. Handoff goes this time to number 5. Nowhere to go that time as he's hit at the line of scrimmage. Alex Fisher on the carry.
And normally, it didn't look like that there was an offensive lineman to block for the running back at that point, and that allowed the defenders to come over and to bring him down. So,
a good job by that defensive line getting it into the backfield and making a stop at the line of scrimmage. From the gun, they hand it off to, that's Fisher again.
Made the first man miss and got additional 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, pretty good run there, about a 6-yard gain. It'll bring up third and manageable, 3rd and 4 from the 44-yard line of the Diggers. 9:42 left on the clock here in this third quarter. A beautiful Friday evening here in eastern Idaho and Rexburg. Handoff up the middle, and Korth finds a hole.
He found a hole but got tripped up by the turf monster.
Yeah. Last man through, maybe stumbled on him, but picks up a first down to keep the drive moving. 9:20 left on the clock.
Morgan's starting to find their rhythm a little bit, and Sugar-Salem defense might be a little bit tired coming out of halftime. This is where they got to dig deep right here if they want to keep Morgan out of the end zone.
Despain from the gun. Korth takes the handoff, gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe falls forward for a half yard. Just under 9 minutes as Morgan faces 2nd and 9. Nick Despain, a junior quarterback for this Morgan Trojan team, has done a good job here managing the offense. Handoff goes to Tate Nelson around the edge. We're going to have a flag come in. It's going to be a holding penalty against number 74, I believe. That's Brooks McGivern.
And I've mentioned this earlier in the game, but penalties are real drive killers. They basically help motivate the defense a little bit more. Well, it also varies on who it goes against. But for Morgan, this is a killer because they have some momentum. They drive into Digger territory, and to have something like that happen is just demoralizing.
Yeah, it took them all the way back to the midfield line. So now it's 2nd and 22 for the Trojans. Despain in the backfield by himself, back to pass. Now goes back to Fisher. Fisher's got blockers and room to run. Across the 30, the 20, it's a foot race, cuts back inside. He gets caught at the 10. First down. A great play by Fisher as he had blockers, and it got him down just outside the 10-yard line. In fact, they're going to put him on the 10 for 1st and goal.
That was a great play call by the Morgan offensive coordinator, and it was an even better execution play by the running back and by the offense right there. That was probably one of the best plays that I've seen all game.
So now with it 1st and goal, Morgan threatening. Handoff delayed up the middle to Korth. Touchdown, Morgan. Will Korth puts it in, and Morgan takes the lead 9-3. Will Korth, a little delay handoff right up the middle. He hit one would-be tackler, bounced off of him, and got to the goal line. And for the point after, it's Bo Johnson, the sophomore lefty, on to kick it in. Snap and hold are good. The kick is up, and it's good as well. So the Morgan Trojans take the lead here in the third quarter, up 10-7 on a nice drive put together and capped off by a Will Korth 10-yard touchdown run. 7:43 left here in the third quarter. Well, Sunglow of Idaho is located right in Sugar City on the fertile Snake River Plains. Sunglow is one of the largest Idaho potato shippers and is a leader in the potato industry known for their consistent quality. It's easy to offer the best when the world-famous Idaho russet potato is grown right there in your own backyard. They aren't bragging when they say Sunglow is potato country. Find out more by going to sunglowIdaho.com. Sunglow is proud to support the Sugar-Salem boys. Go Diggers. A huge thanks again to all of our sponsors. Remember to stick around for the IdahoSports.com player of the game and Will Korth making a case that ought to be his, as he's scored the lone touchdown in this ball game. And into the wind for the touchback goes Bo Johnson, the sophomore kicker, getting a high five from his coaches out there. A nice job by him. He has definitely made an impact in this ball game for the Morgan Trojans.
And even if Sugar-Salem does go on to lose this game, this will be a good test for them, because normally you don't improve upon the mistakes that you made unless you see where you are or experience a loss. And we got a handoff right up the middle, and oh my, look, he initially looked like he was stopped for a while, but he squirted right through, and that was Wyatt Harris.
You talk about Wyatt Harris being the shortest guy on the field, which there's no doubt. I mean, he's got to be, what, 5'3"? 5'5", maybe?
He looks like he could be about 5'4".
He's not a big kid whatsoever, and you're right. He got swallowed up, and then all of a sudden out he comes and picks up a nice 8 yards on the run.
And the funny thing is that his parents aren't really short. Well, they're not really tall, but they're not as short as he is.
Yeah. Well, he definitely has made an impact in this ball game. Inside handoff, tons of room to run. Right up the middle goes Carson Harris, all the way out across midfield. And that was just an inside handoff, and the next thing you know, he had all open field in front of him.
Oh, man, if those two defenders hadn't caught him, he would have walked right into the end zone. If there hadn't been two safeties on that play, he would have walked in, and we would have had a tied game just like that.
Carson Harris, biggest run of the game right there, out across the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Diggers. 6:31 left on the clock here in the third quarter. Again, that quick handoff up the middle. This time it gets swallowed up. Yeah, no gain.
Morgan was ready for that one that time.
It went to Harris again, but not the same result. And like you said, Morgan was ready, waiting for it. 2nd and 10 now for the Diggers. Tyler Richens, the head coach for the Sugar-Salem Diggers. Also the new athletic director there at Sugar-Salem High School this year. Taking over for Jay Miller. And Jay Miller's been doing it for a long time. And nearly got off his defender and made that catch. It was intended for Schulteis.
And the defender looks like he might have gotten away with a little bit of an interference right there, because he bumped into the wide receiver before the ball even got there.
Yeah, there's definitely a little contact there as he made his break for that ball. 3rd and 10 now. 5:45 left on the clock. 10-3. The Morgan Trojans on top. Well, after that long run by Harris, 2 incomplete pass, or a no gain and an incomplete pass, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and 10.
And the handoff goes to Harris again, but this time he is hit initially, and the first guy couldn't get him, but the second guy did.
Yeah, he is slippery. Wyatt Harris, again, not a bruising back, but he is slippery. He gets away from guys and keeps the legs churning. 4th down now, inside Morgan territory. This is those situations where it's interesting to decide what you're going to do. Are you going to try to pin them? Or are you just going to go for it? It's if it was a 4th and 4, I'd say go for it. At this point, I might kick away, but who am I? Coach Richens is going to go for it.
And another thing about Wyatt Harris, he reminds me a little bit about Jacquez Rogers from Oregon State from back in the day. And, oh, wow, no, that play had no chance from the get-go.
Daniel Neal gets swallowed up, number 44 and number 7. That is Ty Wheeler and Jimmy Savage, and he lived up to his name on that sack. Back into Digger territory, all the way back to the 46-yard line. So they'll turn it over on downs, and great field position for the Trojans.
And this is a very big possession defensively for Sugar-Salem. If they want to hang toe-to-toe with Morgan, they have got to force a 3-and-out, or at least try to hold them to a field goal here.
Under 5 minutes left to go here in the third. Morgan looking to tack on. There goes Will Korth. And right now, the running game showing some signs of life over the last couple possessions for Morgan. Maybe that big offensive line starting to wear down that defensive line of the Diggers.
Yeah, because if you look at it this way, I mean, it looks like the Morgan offensive line has a good 100 pounds more than the Sugar defensive line.
Handoff to Will Korth, this time around the left side. Gets free and picks up a 1st down to the 33-yard line. And you're right, right now it just looks like Morgan's starting to impose their will on the line and in the trenches and opening up running room for Korth and Fisher and making it easy on their quarterback, Mr. Nick Despain.
And normally this type of situation where you run the ball several times, you are setting up the play action pass. However, it doesn't occur right there as they hand it off to Korth again.
And number 57 with the tackle there for the Diggers, Court Summers, junior defensive lineman for the Diggers. Despain with Fisher in the backfield on his left. Man in motion. They go misdirection and hand it off to Fisher. He picks up a 1st down and more inside the 20 down to the 16. Lots of room to run right now.
Everything is going the way of the Trojans right now.
Yeah, the running game, they found their spot here with it, and they're sticking with it. 3:25 left here in the third. Despain back in the gun once again with Fisher now on his right. Man in motion. And Fisher will pick up a yard or two. They get stacked up nicely there. Number 54, number 12 in on the tackle for the Diggers. That's Riken Clay and Caden Summers. And an injured Digger down there, and that is Caden Summers. He was one of the men in on the tackle, maybe got landed on. So
Yeah, it looks like he could be cramping up down there.
Could be as well. It's the left leg, I believe, that he's concerned about. No, the right leg. Yep. Whatever they did, he's not liking it.
Well, they're stretching it. They're stretching it out a little bit.
He immediately reached up and said, stop, stop, stop. That does hurt.
Yeah, because it looks like what they're doing is they're stretching it out a little bit.
Yeah.
So if they're stretching it out like that, it could very well be a heat cramp.
Yeah.
And so they got to get him back to the sideline and get some electrolytes in him, because that's normally the cause of heat cramps is electrolyte deficiency.
I'm watching here, and I'm laughing because I know what he's experiencing down there is laying on his back. As soon as they lift that leg and start to stretch it, he's immediately grabbing the other trainer saying, stop, stop, stop. But the only thing that's going to actually relieve it is the stretching and then, like you said, getting some fluids in you. Well, Tonja's Brazilian Orm dental offices, they make visits enjoyable, unlike getting your calves stretched out when you're cramping, and positive with 2 convenient locations in St. Anthony and Ashton. Budget-friendly, payment plans, and family dentistry offered at such a great value. The offices of Tonja's Brazilian Orm really are such a wonderful place to make your entire family's dental home. Tonja's Brazilian Orm, caring family dentists wishing the boys good luck in today's game. Visit them at tbodental.com. That's tbodental.com.
So he was able to put some weight on the affected limb, but he still needed to walk off the field with his arms around the training staff.
2:55 and counting here. Odd formation, bunched receivers. They just hand it off to Korth. Korth gets hit in the backfield. Nice tackle by number 54, Riken Clay, flying in there and stopping him for no gain. And now it's 3rd and 7.
This is a big third down here for Sugar-Salem.
Yeah, they do not want to go down 2 scores here as it's 2:30 and counting on the clock. Back to the line of scrimmage come the Trojans.
I mean, either way, if they force him to a field goal right here, it's still going to, and if Morgan makes that field goal, it'll still be a 2-possession game. But forcing him to a field goal and coming back from that would be a little easier than
They go to the end zone, but nobody was there. Intended receiver was Levi Millward, but he couldn't get back inside. Good coverage back there by his opposing number 1, Jace Saunders.
And if you're Sugar-Salem, that's a win for your defense because Morgan has you on the ropes. They're driving down the field, threatening to go up by 2 touchdowns, but they kept their composure and they forced a field goal.
We'll see if Bo Johnson can knock this one in here, and now a false start, and that's going to back him up 5 more.
So it's going to be a little more difficult than what they were at initially. And here's the thing to keep in mind. So the first quarter, or the first half, actually, either or, they were actually kicking with the wind. This one, they're kicking into the wind, so it's not necessarily a gimme.
No, he's going to be kicking this from the 26-yard line. So about a 36-yard field goal into the wind, but he gets it good. Did he hit it? He hit it square. Bo Johnson, the sophomore, nails it. A nice kick from Bo Johnson, and it's 13-3 now, a 10-point, 2-score lead for the Morgan Trojans over the Sugar-Salem Diggers.
And coming up for Sugar-Salem, this is a big offensive possession. I mean, you were able to move the ball a little bit your last possession, but unfortunately, Morgan executed things a little better defensively. And this is where you got to dig deep. You're facing adversity right now, but that's football. If you're playing football or any other sport, you're faced with adversity, and you got to learn to overcome it throughout the course of the game. And this is also a great lesson for these young men because sometimes in life, you'll experience the same exact things in a little bit of a different perspective, but still, either way.
Yeah, the Diggers in a hole here. Got to dig themselves out of it. The minute 51 left. Held the Trojans to a field goal, which helps there, but they've got to score twice here as we're getting down to just about 1 quarter left. That one will be left short of the end zone, taken at the 5 by number 11, Schulteis. Schulteis down the sideline and then finally pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So a good return from Jonas Schulteis. And it'll be the Digger offense back onto the field to see if they can get something going here with a minute 44 left in the third. Pocock Trucking is based in Sugar City, Idaho, but sends trucks all over the western United States and Canada. Pocock Trucking, a full service and by that they mean they do everything. They haul bulk commodities like feed, fertilizer, grain, and potatoes. They offer minor shop repairs, have a full-service lube bay. They grow potatoes, dairy-quality alfalfa, and more. They can even sell you a used truck if you need one. Pocock Trucking's main office is in Sugar, and their truck shop's located in St. Anthony. To find out more, go to PocockTrucking.com. They proudly support Sugar-Salem Athletics. Neal, back to pass. Floated over the middle. That's going to bring a flag.
Yeah, that was quite obvious. I mean, He had a chance to get the ball, and he very well could have caught it too if the defender hadn't stuck his knee out and tripped him.
Yeah, that was Everett Gilson. Gave him a nice little shoulder and a knee there to knock him to the ground, as the intended receiver had a good shot at that ball. So pass interference is the call. It'll be a 15-yard penalty out to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Diggers. I love the design play. They threw it into that open space with that receiver on the run, and I think that would have been a big pickup had he been allowed to catch it.
He probably could have gotten down to close to the 30-yard line. And it's a handoff up the middle, and Harris for a hard-fought 4-yard gain.
Yeah, he had a tackler on his ankle, and then another guy came in and finished him off. A good run there by Harris, pick up 4 yards right to midfield.
And that's why coaches always tell their players, even if you're hit, keep those legs moving, because there's a good chance that you can still get some additional yardage.
2nd and 6. 1:09 left in the third. Man in motion. And the ball gets on the turf. Picked up, and it's Morgan football. Picked up off the ground by number 21 for the Trojans. That's Noah Baroston. And the first turnover of the ball game comes at a bad time for the Diggers, as they give the ball back to Morgan here. 1 minute left in the third quarter at the 41-yard line.
And it's very frustrating too, because considering the fact that your defense is basically doing everything that they can to try to keep them in the game, and something like that happens. Let's just hope that it does. You just got to hope that it doesn't come back to bite them at this point.
Yeah, another score here make it awfully difficult in the fourth quarter for the Diggers. Despain hands off to Korth. Korth gets hammered at the line of scrimmage. First guy's in there, number 58. Garrison Madsen, one of the big men in on the tackle there for the Diggers.
And there is no quit in this Digger team at this point. If they go down, they'll go down fighting. It doesn't matter if it's a blowout or if it's a really, really close game. They fight in every game.
Oh, stacked up at the line of scrimmage. 2 down linemen, 2 men up. Handoff goes to Smith. No, they throw over the middle. Caught for a first down and more inside the 20. The receiver, number 11, Gavin Turner. I thought they had handed it off. Good play fake there. And it's a first down inside the 20 for Morgan. 17 seconds on the clock.
And for once, our camera guy doesn't get faked out.
That's good. Handoff. Smith. Excuse me. That was Fisher. And that's going to end the third quarter. But it was a good one for the Trojans. They score twice and make it 13-3 as we head to the fourth quarter. We'll step away for a break. We'll come back. This is the 2021 Rocky Mountain Rumble. Don't go anywhere.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype, because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Well, here we are, folks. Fourth and final quarter of this ball game. The Diggers, the 3-time defending state champions here in the state of Idaho, find themselves down 10 here, with Morgan threatening once again to start this fourth quarter. They're up 13-3. Morgan, a good program in and of themselves. 2 years ago, they won it all. Last year, the runners-up. They're 1-1 this year, but looking to improve that to 2-1 over a very good Sugar-Salem team. Despain back to pass, rolls to his right. Still rolling. Now he's running. Picks up a few yards, tackled out of bounds right about the 10-yard line.
And you got to kind of think that with Morgan having 2 games under their belt already, that a little bit of fatigue could be kicking in for the Sugar-Salem Diggers, because this is their first game of the season. And although they've had some time to kind of prepare a little bit for Morgan, the one thing that you can't really predict is how fatigued is your team going to be, or your players going to be in the first game of the season.
Yeah, game situation's different. As running back taken inside the 9, it's going to be 4th down. Well, is it 4th down? Yes, 4th down now, and about 2. Yeah, different situation, and you know, having a couple of games under your belt with Morgan, often, you know, they've worked out some of the kinks over those first couple of games. They're kind of into a rhythm, whereas the Diggers, their first real live game this season, trying to make sure everything's running smoothly.
And it's going to be a handoff.
And oh boy, it depends on the spot. It looks close, but the official came in.
It's kind of hard to it kind of depends on the spot, but it looks like from where he came in, it looked like he could be marked just a little shy. And I think they're going to measure it.
Well, it depends on even if it's even close. They may not.
Now they're going to bring the chains out, it looks like.
I don't think, oh boy, it is close. It's closer than I thought. They're just shy, it looks like, of the 7.
Well, from this angle, yeah.
But
chain is stretched.
Yeah, they're short. They're not going to make it. So the Digger defense comes up big. They stop them on 4th down.
And that was big. That was big for Sugar-Salem.
Yeah, a big stop. You're absolutely right. Keep this to a 2-score game. And with 11 minutes left, the Diggers still with a little life left here in the quarter. They need a touchdown, a field goal, and a PAT to tie it up.
And that was especially big for the defense coming up with that stop defensively, because if you're just tuning in, Sugar-Salem on their last possession fumbled the football away on a jet sweep design play.
The screen play set up. It's caught. Nice tackle out there by number 12, Tanner Stanley, to make that play. Got off his blockers and turned a play that could have been a 10, 15-yard gainer into just a couple of yards.
And I'll tell you what, these Morgan defenders, these Morgan players are fast.
Yeah, Braden Shawcroft, the receiver on that play, once he caught that, it looked like he had some blockers out in front, and Tanner Stanley came in and made the stop. 10:35 left here in the ball game. First man up the middle on the carry. You're going to pick up 2 or 3 at least. And it's going to be 3rd down. They've got to get out to the 17-yard line for the first down. They're going to be about 3 yards short. Harris on the carry. Carson Harris, number 40 on the carry. So 3rd and 4 officially, as Daniel Neal, the junior quarterback, heads back to the huddle with the play. And this is a 3rd down that the Diggers need to pick up. Rolling out, Neal throws low, incomplete. He had Harris at the sticks, but it was too low. Harris would have taken a shot had he been able to hang on to it. So it'll be 4th down and 4. And it looks like the Diggers are going to punt it away.
Yeah, so mentioned at halftime that Sugar-Salem moved the ball efficiently on their first possession, but after a while, after a few plays, Morgan really turned up the intensity on defense, and they've stuck with that intensity ever since. So it's been really, really hard for the Diggers to move the football throughout this game ever since that first possession.
Back into punt is number 5, Cooper Porter. We'll see what he can do into the wind. Porter traditionally has gotten the ball well up into the air, which typically is going to lead to a short punt. I thought he might run it. Now he is going to run it. He's not going to get there, though, and he's tackled back at the 6. I think he waited too long. If he was going to run, he needed to do it right away.
Yeah.
He tried to make a first man miss, and by that time it was too late.
And hesitation is the thing that kind of happened right there. Anytime you hesitate, that's bad news bears right there.
Yeah, it went from bad to worse as now the Morgan Trojans, great field position at the 6, 1st and goal, with a chance to put this one away if they can find the end zone. 9:29 left here in the 4th quarter. Unfamiliar territory for the Diggers. I wonder how far back we'd have to go to see in a game where they did not score a touchdown. That is Korth up the middle. Will Korth, senior running back, and he gets down to the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal now. As I guarantee you, it's been a long time since the Diggers haven't scored a touchdown in a football game.
Yeah, the last touchdown they scored in a football game was in overtime in the state championship last year. It was Crew Clark who scored the game-winning touchdown against Homedale to win that ball game.
But Fisher down to the 1-foot line. So it's 3rd and goal with about 3 inches to hit that front edge of the white line. And this could very well be a sneak.
And
it is. All he had to do was just lean forward, essentially. He's got to be in. No signal yet from the...
There it is.
There it is, though. Despain took a shot, too. But the touchdown is good. And now the Trojans are up 19-3.
Yeah, that botched punt play by Sugar-Salem really cost them right there. And typically that's what happens whenever you when in a game where there's too many mistakes, they tend to cost you, and right there that one did. That was the one time throughout this ball game where a mistake was made and it cost the opposing team, and in this case it cost the Diggers right there.
Yeah, 7 points result in the turnover on downs. And now it's 20-3 with 8:24 left to go in this ball game. You know, Matt Harris, used to work with him quite often. He was always the eternal optimist in situations like this. He'd be still plenty of time here, 8:24, and there's no doubt that crazier things have happened. I've seen plenty of schools score more than 17 points in 8.5 minutes of football, but just the way that this game has gone, it would have to be a complete reversal of what the Sugar offense has been able to do. They've been able to move the ball, let's say, between the 30s, but they haven't been able to put together sustained drives like they normally can. And Morgan's taken advantage of the opportunities they've been given. They've forced Sugar to turn the ball over. They forced them to turn it over on downs there, and it resulted in points. And right now they're in control of this football game. That ball taken at the 5 by Schulteis. Schulteis keeping the legs churning out near the 25. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Diggers. 8:14 to go in this ball game. And right now in the 2021 Rocky Mountain Rumble, it's looking like it might be Utah 2, Idaho 0 in these first 2 ball games.
Yeah, it could have been tied 1-1. Marsh Valley had converted on a 2-point conversion that on a touchdown they scored with a little over 30 seconds left in the ball game. But unfortunately, it was the exact same result as Marsh Valley lost to Sugar-Salem last year in overtime.
Back to pass. Neal down the field. Beautiful catch, beautiful throw over the shoulder and caught by number 9, Braden Shawcroft. Couldn't have placed it any better, and Shawcroft hauls it in.
And as of right now, that was the best pass play for the Diggers throughout this entire game.
All the way down to the 40-yard line of the Morgan Trojans. And 7:50 left here. 1st and 10 for the Diggers. They got to move quickly. They still do have all their timeouts. Neal back to pass. Good protection. That goes through the hands, and it wouldn't have been much of a completion anyways, through the hands of Shawcroft that time.
At that point, I mean, like, it was probably a good thing that the pass fell incomplete, because that's one of those plays where, as a receiver, you're just better off not catching it.
He was right on the line of scrimmage. Had he caught it, it probably would have been no gain anyways.
It would have been, like, the best case scenario, it would have been a 1-yard gain.
.736 on the clock. 2nd and 10. Neal has pressure in his face. Hit as he lets go. He's got a man. It's Schultes. Schultes picks it up, catches it at the 10. Schultes, Jonah Schultes, puts the Diggers in scoring position. 1st and goal at the 10. And, you know, just like that, we talk about how quickly teams can score. And the Diggers are showing you why. When you can throw the ball down the field like they're doing right now, you can score in a hurry.
Yeah, but
you got to score, get the ball back, score again.
They got to force a 3 and out on defense if they decide, if they go for an onside kick and don't get it.
Yeah. They get it out in the flat. It was intended for Wyatt Harris, but he couldn't catch up with it.
He probably would have been a little – he wouldn't have gotten very much further after he caught it. He probably would have gotten an additional yard or two had he caught it, because the defender was right on him.
So 2nd and 10, 7:02 left here in the 4th quarter. The Diggers trying to make this a little more respectable. Put a touchdown on the board.
Make it closer than what it was.
Yeah.
Than what it looks.
It's still a 3-score game, so a tall task for them here with just 7 minutes left in the ball game. Back to pass. Neal rolls to his right a little bit. Man, he had Schultes. It's picked off. Picked off in the end zone, and on the return, it's number 14 who picked it off for the Trojans. Quentin Farley, the junior, and that very well may have sealed the deal. No, excuse me, it was number 44. Ty Wheeler, the junior linebacker. And man, he had Schultes in the back of the end zone on the other side, open. He just didn't see him.
Yeah, it's one of those things when you're a quarterback and you have 3 or 4 guys running towards you, you can't really see what else is going on, what your options are very clearly. And that was a panic throw right there. But it was a throw that should not have been made, but unfortunately it was.
So the threat is over for the time being. 6:50 on the clock. The Trojans going to air it out down the field. They've got a receiver. It's caught, and he's drugged down from behind out at the 42-yard line. That was Gavin Turner. Beautiful pitch and catch there from Despain to Turner, and they actually mark it right at the 40. 1st and 10 now, as the shadows start to go the other way across the field. Despain throws it. It's caught for a 1st down out across midfield to the 48-yard line. Another 1st down, 6:17 left in the ball game. And Morgan, they're working on their hurry-up offense here. Little 2-minute drill going on, no huddle.
And that's typically what most teams have been going for nowadays. Like, not just in high school, but in college as well. And we saw it a lot from Beaver in the first game of this Rocky Mountain Rumble event.
So on the handoff, Korth gets about 1. So it'll be 2nd and 9. Clock will run now. And with this, at this point, you'd think maybe they'll run it a little more just to keep the clock moving.
Yeah, that's exactly what you'd have to do if you got the lead late in the ball game.
But Despain's going to pull it back and throw. Now he's on the run. Now he flips it up. Had his man. That was Turner. He just overthrew him. Otherwise, Turner's doing a victory dance in the end zone. 5:26 on the clock. Clock stopped. This, like I said, this is one of those scenarios where, you know, they have a comfortable lead. I think I think if Morgan's only up by a touchdown, for let's say, or a field goal, I feel like they're going to keep this ball on the ground, try to pick up their yardage and keep that clock moving, but probably working on a few things here early in the season with a comfortable lead.
I mean, but still, I mean, like, whether the situation is or not, I mean, it's just one of those instances where you got to be very mindful of the risks that you take with throwing the football late in the ball game.
Like you just saw there, is that ball could have been picked off by Caden Summers. It went through the hands of Turner and then hit Summers and fell to the turf. But like that, like with those multiple incomplete passes, I mean, they really only burned like a minute and a half off the clock when, had they kept running the ball, we could be down to 3, 2.5. I mean, there could have been a lot more time taken off the clock. Bo Johnson at the 40, high snap, but he gets the kick away. Nice punt and a nice catch by the coverage man, number 12 down there. That's Caden Summers. He covers it right at the 11-yard line, and the Diggers have got 89 yards to go to try to chip into this lead. 5:07 left here. ProPete fertilizer is an enviro-friendly product that reduces leaching. ProPete can help replace organic matter back into the soil. ProPete-bound nutrients release when plants need them. Carbon 90 Plus binds nutrients to the natural carbon of peat moss, encouraging steady plant growth for healthier turf with less mowing and thatch. ProPete is a great product for turf and ornamental applications. Uses range from lawns and gardens to shrubs and trees. ProPete wants to wish the Sugar-Salem Diggers good luck on a great pass down the sideline. It's caught by Schultes. I keep calling him Schultes. It's Schultes. And he was a little frustrated with himself because he thought he had a chance to go the distance but stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, if he would have stayed in, he would have had a legitimate chance. He would still have had that second safety to beat, but he had a pretty good chance to make it to the end zone had he not stepped out of bounds right there.
So 43-yard line is officially where he stepped out. 1st and 10 for the Diggers, just over 5 minutes left. Quick throw outside, caught near the first down marker, was to number 42, Zach Dougherty, the junior. Zach Dougherty picks up the first down out across to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, even though it's a little late, Sugar-Salem's offense has shown promise that they can move the ball.
And interesting enough, it's been a lot through the air. That ball just thrown up, incomplete. Guys jostling for it, and that was a good defense there by number 2, number 2 for Morgan.
And that was a pretty good no call right there because both players are.
Well, and the defender, Robbie Cameron, got his body turned around, right? He wasn't face guarding. He got his body turned around, and there was contact, but he was going after the ball.
Yeah, but other than that, the receiver still had a pretty good shot of catching that.
Yeah.
And it would have been a heck of a catch, too, had he have caught that.
Rolling to his right, Neal. Neal slings it for, let's see, that was intended for Zach.
It was Wyatt Harris.
Wyatt Harris
Was the intended receiver, and had Wyatt been about 2 or 3 inches taller, he probably would have caught that.
Just over the outstretched arms of Wyatt Harris. 4:26 left in the ball game. 3rd down and 10 from the 47-yard line. Screen set up, caught. Harris gets his foot hung up and then gets pulled down, and now a late flag. Let's see what this comes in for.
It looks like it's going to be a personal foul for a late hit on Wyatt Harris because the defender came in late after Wyatt Harris went down, and he just, nailed him. So it could be a personal foul against Morgan right here.
We'll see. There's a little discussion from the officials on what the call was. We'll get the official word from our white hat, head referee. So a personal foul, like I said, more than likely that late hit. And a 15-yarder, that gives them a big chunk of yards down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. 4:04.
It's going to give the Diggers a little bit more life here, a little bit of momentum, see if they can carry it into the end zone.
Some extra discussion from the officials, and one of the Morgan coaches is out on the field.
It's one of those cases where, like, the coach has to be really careful. I mean, obviously, yeah, you're defending your players, but at the same time, you don't want to get into a altercation with an official because they have the right to kick you out of a ball game if things get out of hand.
You know, and looking back on that play, I didn't think it was egregious by any means, as that ball goes through the hands of the intended receiver, Cooper Porter. It was a little late, probably. I didn't think it was awful, but sometimes officials, they make decisions, and, you know, they see a play. They're a lot closer than we are to the play. There could have been things previous that happened, and maybe that was just one that needed to be got. But
and another thing to consider is, like, it could have been a bang-bang play at that moment because when officials see a bang-bang play, they think they think it's this, and they just got to look at the replays later and to see if they're right or not. And most of the times they are right, but other times they're not.
Neal, back to pass, and him and Cooper off. That was intercepted, and now a flag comes in late.
It could be on that Sugar-Salem defender on number 3, basically going like a late hit below the waist.
That ball intercepted by Zach Nelson, number 3. Flag on the play, or maybe a block in the back on the return. I'm not sure, but anyways, I think that was just a little miscommunication between Porter and his quarterback, Daniel Neal. Porter went outside. The ball was thrown back inside.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been a miscommunication. Yeah, it was a block in the back. It's a block in the back on Morgan, so it's going to back up Morgan 10 yards from where the foul occurred.
Yeah, 10 yard from the spot. So back him up. And it'll be at the 14-yard line. But right now, Morgan can essentially salt this away if they can run the clock down. They will keep it on the ground. Number 9's the ball carrier, and he'll pick up about 5 yards. That is Tate Nelson, sophomore.
If I'm Coach Richens right now, I would tell my guys after the ball game that, look, this is still the first game of the season. There's no time for us to get down on ourselves. Sure, things didn't go the way we wanted, but there's still a long ways to go throughout the rest of the season. We just got to dig down. We just got to learn from our mistakes, and we got to get better. And we will get better we will learn from this performance, and we will get better because of it.
3:05 left. The Diggers scored that lone field goal in the first quarter, and since then, Morgan has blanked them while putting on a couple scores of their own. Handoff to Korth. Korth picks up a first down to the 27-yard line. Dowling in on the tackle, number 77 for the Diggers. Under 3 minutes now, down to 2:40 as the clock will continue to roll. And now you see the Morgan Trojans working that clock, going to the huddle and taking all that play clock that they can use.
And that's the strategy that you want to apply in the situations like this towards the end of the game.
Handoff goes to Fisher. Fisher, short gain, maybe a yard. And it looks like, Fisher might be hurt. And I believe he is.
Yeah, there's an injured player on the field.
And I think it was Alex Fisher, the ball carrier.
Yeah, he's having a hard time getting up. And the training staff coming out onto the field. It probably could be the same issue that number 12 from Sugar-Salem experienced earlier in the game. It could be just a cramp. But, it's really hard to tell from this angle.
And they're taking a look at that left leg. While they do that, I want to thank our sponsors once again and remind you that in a couple minutes we're going to be awarding our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game. Our local sponsors for today, John Adams GMC, Taylor Chevrolet, Tonja's Brazil and Orm Dental, Sunglow of Idaho, ProPete Fertilizer, Pocock Trucking, and Upper Valley Orthopedics. And I think you're right, it was just some cramping going on. Also want to thank our major sponsors for this ball game and all of our East Idaho game nights.
Yeah, although it might not be that hot outside, it's still temperature's still in the mid 70s up here, and typically your body will tend to overheat a little bit while you're exercising, and that could cause you to sweat a whole lot. And when you sweat, you lose a lot of those electrolytes, and electrolytes are really, really important for nervous system function.
On the move is Despain. He makes a couple guys miss, picks up some yards out to the 35-yard line. Going to be about 3 yards short of the first down, 3rd and 3. But the clock now down to a minute 30. I thank Teton Auto Group, your local Toyota dealer, Valleywide Co-op and Country Stores, and Project Filter, Idaho Fights Tobacco. As we get down to the point where we're going to have to make some decision on our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game. I've got the man in mind I think it should be. We'll talk in the break, see what you think. CJ, he'll be our final say on Idaho Sports.
Oh, you always got to pin everything on me, don't you?
that way if anybody's upset, it's your fault. Hey, he made the decision.
Well, technically you kind of did as well.
Handoff up the middle, first down, and that'll do it. 48 seconds left on the clock. Clock will stop momentarily. They'll run it, probably have to snap it one more time is all. And they got the clock started. It's rolling. And actually, they should just wait for a minute. And they are. They're going to wait for the count. Or should have.
Play clock typically is 40 seconds long.
Yep. So they waited till just after that. They took a knee, and that'll do it.
It was a hard-fought game by both sides, and Morgan, in the end, Morgan was just too talented. Their size of the offensive line was just too much, and it wore the Diggers down a little bit. There's also some critical mistakes that the Diggers made offensively, as well as that special teams blunder on their deep down on their own end of the field.
So that is it. That's our final. Utah's up 2-0 right now as the Morgan Trojans defeat the Sugar-Salem Diggers 20-3. We're going to step away for a break. We're going to come back with our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, a little post-game wrap-up. Do not go anywhere. All right, our final here. The Diggers fall to a very good Morgan team, 20-3, our final. And we talked it over in the break, and that second half really stood out to us. There was one player that really stood out, and that was number 30. And I put number 3. I'm going to change that. Number 30, Will Korth. He is going to be our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game. You know, Will Korth, he kind of just stood out in that second half to me. His ability to break open some runs, and that kind of really solidified that running game for the Trojans, and that really is what led to those couple touchdowns and really led to them being able to pull away from the Diggers. So congratulations, number 30, Will Korth, our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game. So the Morgan Trojans, they'll move to 2-1 on the season. The Diggers, they'll start off in a little bit of a hole, 0-1 as they move on to their next game next week, where they play Shelley Conference. No longer Shelley in the 4A divisions. Yeah, so a 3A, 4A matchup. Shelley just south of Idaho Falls. They'll head down there and play them next week, see if they can even up.
It actually is going to be in Sugar City next week.
It's at home, so they'll have an opportunity to get a win on their home field next week and move to 1-1. But once again, our final of this ball game, 20-3, the Morgan Trojans defeat the Sugar-Salem Diggers. This has been an IdahoSports.com game stream production of East Idaho Game Night, presented by Teton Auto Group. Our major sponsors that make coverage on IdahoSports.com possible include your local Toyota dealer, Toyota, Let's Go Places, Valleywide Co-op and Country Stores, and Project Filter, Idaho Fights Tobacco. I'd like to thank all of our local sponsors tonight as well. John Adams GMC, Taylor Chevrolet, Tonja's Brazil and Orm Dental, Sunglow of Idaho, Pro Pete Fertilizer, Pocock Trucking, and Upper Valley Orthopedics. Huge thanks to all of them. Congratulations once again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, number 30, Will Korth, for the Morgan Trojans. And congratulations and thanks for joining us as the Morgan Trojans do defeat the Sugar-Salem Diggers by a score of 20-3. For my broadcast partner, CJ Parkinson, and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, I'm Lauren Jensen saying so long until next time. Have a great night.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com Game Streams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the